Hi there, Libra. Welcome to your September 2024 love reading. I had to think for a minute there. Uh, it's Sagittarius Yogini, so I'm going to pick I think it's 5 cards. I just created this spread. I'll explain the positions to you when I get there. And I wanna say too, yeah, I should say this right away when I do these readings, these love readings, is um the the these are for people who are, this is for anyone who's in a relationship, but if you are, who, you could be single and somebody who's in a relationship, but if you are in a relationship, it's not for people who are, everything is hunky-dory. It's for people who are struggling in their relationship and maybe are looking for some insight or a message, synchronicity in this reading. For the person who is single, kind of like, why are you single? Or is it good to be single? I think with Libra, yes, it is good to be single because you might prefer to always be in a relationship. You might be a serial monogamist. And that doesn't give you time to process past relationships. So it's kind of like, okay, I want to break up with this person. Do I have somebody lined up that I can go to next? Well, uh, that's to me, you have to learn how to enjoy your own company and to rely on yourself for all of those things in life that are difficult. Okay, so the heart of the matter is the King of Cups. This is there's different interpretations of this. This can be an actual water sign male. So it could be a Cancer or a Scorpio or a Pisces. And because it's the king versus the page, this can be a mature individual. They sometimes say chronologically older, but I prefer to just talk about emotional maturity myself because I think that's more important and more relevant, because you can be chronologically older and be immature. So that's one possibility, that this person is in your field somehow. Maybe it's someone that you have thought about dating, but you don't feel like you're completely compatible. Well, there might be a good reason for that, because you're an air sign and they're a water sign, and they tend to be much more emotional than you are. And you might be like, huh, what's that all about? Why are you so much like that? It's so much saner to be more detached from your emotions. However, I have to acknowledge that if you're watching this and your sun is in Libra, you might have the moon in Pisces or Scorpio yourself. So you might think that I'm being inaccurate talking about Libra people that way. Well, that's because we have more than one influence. So in any case, this may even be a facet of yourself that you are becoming emotionally mature. As a matter of fact, if I look at the past position, it's the Eight of Cups. Leaving behind what no longer serves you. And also, you're doing this because you're tuning into your emotions, and you are, learning when you feel empty inside, instead of just kind of like living on the surface of life, saying, no, I can't do this anymore. And it has been described as a spiritual quest, which I think is a good way of looking at it, because it can be, when people are just living their daily life and they're not, um, spiritually activated, they might be numb. They might be kind of tired and groggy and just going through the motions and all of that. But they're not fed up. They haven't gotten to the state where it's like, because when you get fed up, it's like, I just can't anymore. And that's when you know that something else is at play here. It's not just the typical dissatisfaction. And that's why I say with the King of Cups, sometimes this can come, maybe you are seeing a counselor. The King of Cups can be a counselor, or whether it's a therapist, but it could be like a spiritual teacher. And that's making it harder for you to kind of like lie to yourself, escape from the negativity that you feel. You have to, in other words, you have to face the music. What's coming in is a Page of Cups, so this can be new love, and there's a little fishy in that cup. It is Pisces, but you know what I would say too is look to that lunar eclipse in Pisces. Maybe that has some relevance to your situation at hand. This, could be at the lunar eclipses are powerful full moons, and at any full moon, things can come out that are like secrets that have been kept inside. And so that could be a timing card. But in general, I would say that the Page of Cups is like, maybe it's like an offer of love towards someone, or communication, I should say. Somebody communicates to the other person their true feelings. Also, this can be the early stages of something. So if you are coupled, this is not necessarily you having an affair. It could be you, I mean, there is such a thing as an emotional affair, but I feel like it's more on the verbal level with this person. And you might not even be doing the talking. Maybe the other person is. And you realize like, oh, well, I'm already in this other relationship. And this just makes it super complicated. So what crosses you or what complicates this is the Wheel of Fortune. And I would say, because this card can be a card of travel. So it might be that this person lives in another country and it's hard to coordinate and get together. Maybe this is somebody that you met while you were on vacation, or if you were studying abroad or something. And I don't mean just with college, but if you're studying yoga or whatever in a foreign country, and you had to leave that country, and but you still were developing something with a person, that's like to be continued. And maybe you're doing so over the internet. Who knows? You can still share your feelings with that person regardless. If you are coupled, the Wheel of Fortune is about the cycles in life. And some people have it very strongly in their head that you marry for life, or, people who are, I'm saying the word indoctrinated in a certain religion, not disrespectfully, but just, they're taught that God hates divorce and things like that. So sometimes there's some kind of message that has been sent to you that you cannot get divorced, or that it's wrong to do so. And the Wheel of Fortune is all about the cycles of life, that some things are meant only for a season. Doesn't mean being frivolous with relationships and just like, hey, I feel like doing whatever whenever. But it's more like knowing that you tried to make something work and it takes two. and then feeling okay about it because you know that it wasn't something that you were just kind of going through the motions and being superficial. The outcome is a judgment card. This is all about cause and effect. So, an example would be if somebody is married and they feel like they're not compatible with that person, it could even be like literal judgment that you didn't exercise good judgment. Maybe that person impressed you because they were, they had a very high powered job or some kind of, they felt like they were very, they had a lot of money, or they just seemed like they were very successful. But you found out that success comes at a price and you didn't have much time with them. Maybe they're not an evil person, but it's just that it actually came between the two of you, the fact that they were so into their career. And you were too impressed with the wrong things. The judgment card can be a legal judgment. So some of you that, maybe were on the fence about whether or not to get divorced, you decide to do so. And this would especially be, this is right above it, the Page of Cups. If you have been talking to someone who it feels romantic or you have an emotional connection. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily form a relationship with that person. Sometimes these people serve to act as guideposts where they can show us what we're missing, what's available for us in terms of relationship. If you're single, and maybe you have been feeling your spirituality very strongly, but you haven't found anyone that has measured up, that you might meet somebody in like that setting of the spiritual community. But the judgment card can be that you're exercising good judgment. You are, being very picky. Discernment. Some people say, oh, don't judge, don't judge. Okay, well, discernment. The judgment, though, it is about cause and effect. So it is the kind of word that we would associate with people learning to be very intentional about relationship. I was just thinking, somebody's saying like, what was I thinking? Like, how did I get involved with that idiot? And then, I conceived a child with this person. I mean, now I'm tied to this person, even though we're not living together. I'm tied to them for the next 18 years. What was I thinking? The problem is the person wasn't thinking at all. They were going through the motions, doing whatever came up, and thinking that was true spontaneity, when in fact it was just thoughtlessness, mindlessness. So, yeah, it's when I do these love readings, I want people to just think beyond the superficial. That's very important when we're dealing with such a serious topic. All right, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you'd like a love reading, which involves your astrological chart and that of another person if you're involved with them, but also a mini tarot reading, I have a love reading. I have all kinds of readings, transits, chart analysis, career. You can find out more information at the link below. Well, you can find out the information below. I'm at rainamoonastrology.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.